We have another radical equation here, but realize that on the left side, apart from this radical expression, there is an additional term. So there is something added to the radical. In these cases, so this is a very important example, in these problems, whenever the radical is not isolated by itself on one side, we first have to start by isolating the radical. So we start by isolating the radical by subtracting 2 from both sides of the equation. So we get 4x minus 8 inside the radical on the left side, and on the right side we get x minus 2. Now, once we have the radical isolated, we can square both sides. So when we square both sides, on the left the square root and the square cancel out. So we get 4x minus 8 on the left. And on the right side, we get the square of x minus 2. Okay, so what is the square of x minus 2? So be careful, when we square a binomial, you can just FOIL out. But once you do this a few times, you will just learn the pattern. So the result will be x squared minus 2x minus another 2x plus 4. You can just double check by doing yourselves. And this will become, when we combine the like terms, we will get x squared minus 4x plus 4. So whenever you square a binomial, remember that you will get 3 terms. You will get a trinomial. Okay, so on the left side we had 4x minus 8. So we end up getting a quadratic equation, because we have a x squared term here. So we can just set this equation equal to 0 by subtracting 4x from both sides and by adding 8 to both sides. So we set this equation equal to 0. X squared minus 8x plus 12 equals 0. And then we factor it. So the factors of 12 that add up to negative 8 are negative 6 and negative 2. So this can be factored as x minus 6 times x minus 2. And we set each factor equal to 0 to find x equals 6, x equals 2. So remember that the solution is not complete here. The last step will be to plug in and check both of these solutions, and I'll leave it for you as practice.